Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Austin FFA or Luna bringing you a GTA 5 gameplay in the background, life story. And before I start this, guys, I'd like to thank you for 100 subs. I just hit it like a few days ago, and that's so sick. And I think I'm at 130 something, and that's amazing that people are actually like coming onto my videos and enjoying them, and I appreciate it. So if you're watching this, you're awesome. So anyway, I have a life story today, and it is about how I broke into a house. And when you get farther into the story, I'll look less of a scumbag, but I think there was one other. There's one other thing I had to say. Tomorrow I'm uploading I ran away from home a few weeks ago, and I'm gonna upload a story about that tomorrow. But it was supposed to be up yesterday, but the video got fucked up, so I'm uploading this because I think it's a little bit more interesting and longer. So anyway, let's start this off. Okay, so there's a town 10 minutes from mine. I live in upstate New York, and I live in this, I don't know, it's a pretty big town, pretty big community, and then there's this town like 10 minutes from here that's smaller, and they're more known as the rich town of the city. So we were over there, and I was hanging out with my buddy, and he lives on this really rich street, and there's like this mansion 4 houses down, and we've always seen it. We always looked at it when we were outside skating, and we thought it was so cool, and we even went up there a few times just to look at it. There was always a huge chandelier hanging in this. They had this big ass window by the front door with like a huge chandelier in the middle of it. So we were skating one day, and my mom was on her way to grab me from his house, and we were just like, oh man, I'd love to see the inside of that house. It looks so cool. And he's like, yeah, you want to go check it out? So we were over there, and we were going around like the back area of it, looking through the windows, just seeing how cool it was. We probably looked like creeps. And the house was actually on foreclosure. So before you think I'm going to break in and rob these people, we were literally just like looking at it because it looked so sick. And the house was on foreclosure, so I think it was still owned by these people, but they didn't use it. So we realized that the window was cracked in the back area, like the sliding glass door area, like there's a window right next to it, and we realized it was kind of cracked open. So we thought about it, but we're like, nah. So then we went out back over to his house, and my mom got there, and we were like telling her about that house, and she's like, oh yeah, it's a cool house. I'd love to see what's inside it too. And I'm like, do you want to go see it? There's a window open. She's like, you know what? Why not? And I'm like, oh god. So my mom literally drove us over to these people's houses, like this huge mansion that we were just at. We literally crawled through the window and walked into the house. So we're like checking this house out. We're going through the kitchen area. We're like just looking at it because it's so like huge on the inside. And I went upstairs, and I think my mom was waiting in the car for us. Like, she left like 5 minutes after being in there, and we were still checking out the house. And I was smoking a cigarette in the upstairs area, which is really dumb of me. But I realized, me and my friend both like got really sketched out by this, that the basement door was open. So we were like, what? So we went down there, and there was nothing. It was just like a water heater. And then we went upstairs, and like there was nothing. There's no furniture or anything. And it was really just mattresses in every room. Just one like mattress on the floor. So we were like, oh, this is pretty sweet, man. And then I don't know what happened, but I think when we walked downstairs, we set off some sort of silent alarm that alerted the owners and the police. So we were chilling in the living room, and I was on my phone Snapchatting someone, and I realized I was still smoking at the time, and I was like, oh shit, because I heard I freaked out. I heard this siren from it sounded so far away, so I really didn't think anything of it. But then my friend's like, yo, put that out. So I immediately rubbed it on the carpet. They had a white carpet. They had a white fucking carpet, guys. And I rubbed it into the carpet and then I blew the smoke out. And I was like, fuck. So we jumped out this window. Our immediate reaction was to run, but we couldn't. My mom was in the driveway, and we saw this cop coming, and we're like, great, he's coming here. And we're like, fuck. So we sat on the front porch. Cop pulls up, and then an SUV pulls up behind it, and then 2 other cops pull up because they probably thought it was like a robbery. And he gets out, and they're like, what are you kids doing? We're like, we were just checking out the house. It looked cool, so we decided to go in and look at it. You know, that's breaking and entering, right? You know, we could fine you so much money, and you can go to juvie. And I was like, and my immediate reaction was bullshit. In my head, I was thinking, this is such bullshit because we're both minors, and you really can get away with a lot when you're minors, guys. Don't go out and fuck up. But I mean, if you're gonna have a fuck up, you may as well have it before you're 18, because then you're not gonna get prosecuted or anything like that. So these cops kept threatening us, and my mom got out of her car, and he's like, the cop's like, you let them do that? And she's like, yeah, they were just looking at it. And they're like, how do I know that they didn't rob the house? And I'm like, dude, there's nothing in there to rob. Every room had a mattress in it. So we were like, dude, there's nothing in there to rob. And the cop's like, where are your parents? And he looked at my friend. My friend's like, oh, I live in that house. So they immediately took my friend over there and was talking to his parents about it. And like I said, we were minors, so they really couldn't do much. And the owners were looking at us like we were the biggest scumbags on earth. And my mom really couldn't punish me for it because she's the one who let us do it. But my friend actually had to run 45 laps around his yard for a whole month, and that's not fun. Like, he lives in the biggest house with the biggest, like, he owns so much land in his backyard, and running laps on that 45 times every day for a month, I think I'd kill myself. But yeah, so I went home, and me and my mom were fine with it. We were actually laughing about it later that day, and yeah, I didn't get in trouble, but my friend did. So yeah, guys, that's my story for the day. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment if you love my videos, and look out for the one tomorrow about me running away. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.